I remember I called my oldest brother Tyler, because I knew my dad was going in for an appointment, but we just figured it was some sort of flu or something like that, and so I just called him to check in because I hadn't heard anything yet. So called him and got the news, and yeah, I'll never forget that moment, but it was a shock, and yeah, it was tough.
They did a bunch of blood tests and did a lot of stuff, and you can kind of see the doctor's body language and the look in their eye.
It was a hard thing to deal with. Like I said, it's a father figure to me and got me here, and I just remember one of the first things he said to me was, "You're not going to lose your catch partner," because I had played catch with him every winter.
Well, this is a family, okay? And he's part of our family. And, excuse me.
We raised the three boys, basically at minor league ballparks. The minor league schedule is similar to the major league schedule, where it's a 140-game schedule, and they were all young and at different ages and different stages, in my career. But since I spent 15 years in pro ball, they all got started at a young age.
Growing up, we always had a baseball in our hands. Getting to be at the ballpark all the time with Dad, and just being able to just play and watch the game was a lot of fun.
I really believe that a lot of what our boys learned about the game and their passion for the game came from sitting and watching baseball at a young age. I'd bring them over to the ballpark in the morning and we'd get a little batting practice in or let them pitch off the mound.
Playing for my dad was one of the best experiences of my life, just simply because growing up I'd been around the parks with him my entire life when he was in the Giants organization. And then when I was in about 7th grade, we moved up here and he was the pitching coach in Minnesota. So ever since that point, it was kind of one of those things that I'd always wanted to grow up and be a Gopher.
Believe it or not, I was an assistant coach here in the late 70s. George Thomas was the head coach back then, and actually George and I drove to Spring Grove and saw Todd pitch in high school. And that's the first time I was exposed to Todd Oakes, not knowing that our journeys would lead us back to the University of Minnesota, both of us together. Well, it was shocking first and foremost. Healthy man through batting practice, very active.
I found out through, I believe his son. I heard through the grapevine, and then I ended up texting TJ and saying, "Hey, what's going on?"
June of 2012, that season, just about halfway through, April or so, I really started feeling fatigued.
Oh boy, I remember, when I found out we were flying to Pittsburgh, I got a call from 14.
Well, it was TJ's draft year, and he was having a good year, and so I wanted to take care of him and get him his fair opportunity in professional baseball. Literally 4 or 5 days after TJ signed professionally and left for the Rockies organization is when I finally went to the doctor and got diagnosed with cancer.
Honestly, the first thoughts that went through my head was that if there's one person to go through it and be able to get through the adversity and handle everything that was thrown his way, it would be him, just from his strength and determination and how he was as a leader and a father.
To be honest, it was a pretty quick conversation. It was, Dad's got leukemia.
When the doctors came in and said that I had acute myeloid leukemia, there were tears, there were hugs, there were a lot of emotion. You don't know what's ahead. There's fear of the future.
It surely opens your eyes, opens my eyes to the fact that we're not invincible. We're not going to live forever.
Yeah, it was a long summer. It was a long summer. 50 straight days in the hospital was a long summer.
They officially gave him remission, and yeah, he was able to be pretty healthy for the next 2 years, and then of course the next round kind of hit again.
October of 2014, I remember getting a call one day, and my doctor said that, and she had tears in her voice, but she said that the leukemia was back. And she said she just couldn't believe it because it's not supposed to happen this way.
When you have somebody in your family that's struggling, you have to support them in any way. And so I told them, first and foremost, I'm going to support you and your family. You have to get healthy.
To actually fathom that this guy, who's one of the toughest guys I've ever met in my life, has been struck with this disease. But when we were initially told, it was tough for the team. It still is.
February of 2015 or so, I got to hear the word remission again. And so once again, you feel like you're in pretty good shape, and lo and behold, last October it came back again. But I feel fortunate that I at least got to hear the word remission twice, and now we're in the battle for the third time.
He believes that God gave him leukemia for a reason. And whatever that reason is, we may not know yet. You know, we'll find out in the future, but this is his life.
Since my diagnosis with leukemia, fighting it and being in remission now for, well, it's been about 3.5-year battle. I've become actively involved with LLS, the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. I felt the need to give back.
Sometimes from some of these bumps in the road becomes opportunity, and the opportunity was to take his battle and use it to save one life along the way. It's all worth it.
He wants other people to hear that word remission again. And you'd see all the high school teams have done strikeout cancer games, and they've all jumped on board.
The baseball community is an endless source of support. It's just been a great way for me to give back.
This is the life that God chose for him, and I respect the hell out of him for that. You know, I think it would be very easy to not feel that way if something like that happened to me.
As a family, we've chosen the Why Not Me theme. It could happen to anyone, so why couldn't it happen to him? And I think we've really held on to that.
The book kind of was inspired through the website with Caring Bridge. It's an awesome resource for people like myself who go through cancer and health crisis to keep people informed. This is what it's like to go through cancer, you know. It sucks.
I think we all look forward to every time you wrote. Not only me, but people all over the country.
He's a life coach. He makes me a better person, and I think that's true love right there, is caring for each other and making better people.
I think in some ways, I think he feels the same way I do, but there is some clarity in how what's going to happen and what's going on. So we know. He's tired of suffering. He's tired of being in pain. Okay? The fight has really worn him out. Can't blame him. Because you all know he's a man of strong faith. He knows he's going to a better place.
T.O. on 3. 1, 2, 3. T.O. Love you, T.O.
Love you, T.O. Love you, T.O. Congratulations, John. There you go. T.O., love you.
My Goomba.
Love you, T.O.
T.O. hearts, guts, balls. Take care, my friend. Never be forgotten, and his impact on people, not only our players, he's been an inspiration and something that'll help us all live our lives better. So thank you, Todd. Thank you to Terry and his sons for the care they've given him. And I love you, Todd.
Freshman year, he gave the whole pitching staff a poker chip that said hearts, guts, balls, go all in. But I think now I finally understand what you meant by that, go all in on life. Whatever you do, go all in. Hearts, guts, balls, T.O., I love you, man.
We're gonna be okay. You've got a good group of guys here.
You've commissioned a group. You've empowered a group. We're gonna be okay.
Fight the battle. Keep getting up when you get knocked down. So that's what I want people to remember, is it's all about your attitude. And when adversity strikes, it's not why me and self-pity, because that doesn't get you anywhere. If you take the attitude, why not me, it'll give you a whole different attitude to get through the fight.